been coined the greatest 2 minutes in sport, and there's a reason for that.
Is Louisville, Kentucky, and it's famous for a couple different things. The birthplace of Muhammad Ali, Louisville Slugger, and also the place that the Kentucky Derby happens every year. And it's actually a week from now. We won't be here for that, but we will be here to sample some really great bourbon and take you all around and show you what the city has to offer. When we got to downtown Louisville, we were super hungry, so we found this really cute restaurant called Proof on Main. It's part of the 21C Museum Hotel in downtown Louisville, which is also its own art gallery. The place was super eclectic and there was art everywhere. Plus, the bourbon menu was extensive. We knew we had a long day in front of us, so we didn't indulge.
That is until we got next door. Then we started drinking. Bardstown Bourbon Company has been described by people on the internet as the Gucci store of bourbon tastings. It's one of the newest experiences in downtown Louisville, and their tasting room is immaculate.
This one right here is basically going to be the estate flight. That is all our juice. So you've got Kentucky Straight, weeded bottle to bond, rye whiskey. It's a 95.5 rye, and then this is our single barrel.
How long have you guys been around?
We started distilling in 2016. We opened in about 2014. We started distilling in 2016, but we were known for blending whiskeys with the Fusion series and the Discovery series, and then we finally came out with our product, which is this stuff right here, in 2022.
Yes, whiskey. What do you know? Oh, fucking whiskey.
Do you smell the notes? Do you smell the notes?
Oh, look at that. I can smell my own farts. Cheers.
So we just left Bardstown. That was definitely an experience. It felt very like bougie and fancy inside. Now we're going to the Jim Beam Distillery, which is about 30 minutes from here for a guided tour and a tasting. We're gonna go see how that is. Mike, you excited?
Sure.
Go past this one. He's not. Then at the next one. So racing against the clock to get to our appointment, our bourbon appointment.
Well, it was at 1:30. This thing said 1:42 when we left. I've been driving under the speed limit.
Yeah, right. Imagine if the officer like pulled us over and it's like, oh, where you heading, guys? And we're like,
oh, we're going to get drunk. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, son. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Here's $100 for your trouble. Now go enjoy Jim Beam now.
You excited?
I guess. That man looked drunk as hell.
He probably was. Alright, walking into James Beam Distilling Co.
You don't want to have to buy some shit. I would gotta buy some stuff.
Oh, I forgot they make bookers too. Alright, so we just walked in. If you're doing the tour, you just go to like the front desk, tell them you're doing the tour. Check-in's really simple. They give you this cute little tasting glass. They told us a couple times not to break it, so I guess that's a thing. I guess a lot of people break them.
Oh, and our tour is at 1:40.
blast. He said it was more than he thought it would be. You had a good time?
That was fun.
So now we're at the kitchen, which is their on-site restaurant and bar. We are getting some cocktails before we head back to the kiddos. Everything here looks bomb. We got the Jim Beam Double Oak Espresso Martini. We got some duck poppers, and Mike had to do a mint julep. We are in Derby City, of course. So after this, I think we're gonna head back to the RV, hang out with the kids, and probably call it a night. So we'll see you later.
Waverly Hills Sanatorium is a former tuberculosis sanatorium located in Louisville and is known as one of the most haunted locations in the entire world. We really wanted to check it out, but couldn't do a night tour because of the kids. So we drove by anyway for a chance to see it.
I was just flying the drone around Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and the security guy came out. She didn't know I was flying the drone. And I was like, yeah, I just want to take some pictures. And sweet talked him into letting us into the place. So, about to follow the security guard here. And there it is up there. Sweet.
Originally built in the early 20th century as a tuberculosis hospital, it operated during a time when the disease was widespread and lacked effective treatment. Due to the high mortality rate associated with the disease, Waverly Hills gained a reputation for being a place of suffering and death. It's estimated that thousands of patients died within its walls over the years. Many visitors claim to have witnessed shadowy figures or apparitions moving throughout the building, including a little boy named Timmy, who reportedly chased a ball off the rooftop playground and fell to his death. Visitors often bring balls into the building and report that they mysteriously roll back to them.
What's like the biggest thing that you just can't explain, like, but you know you saw something, like, what would that be?
I've seen a full body apparition. I was the only one on that floor.
Really? Which floor was that?
I've seen them on every floor.
Really? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
We've got one that we call our woman in white. She's usually seen on 2, but they are not just stuck to one floor. They will go to every floor.
Do you ever see them during the day?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I've had my name called out while checking the building.
Do you ever have to like check the building by yourself, like go through the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
With no one else with you?
Mm-hmm.
You're not scared?
When I first did it, yes, I was not a security, but when I did my first overnight,
yeah,
I've done
yeah,
like 9 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
I was nervous because I was like, this is a big building, I'm gonna get lost.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's...
Dang, that's crazy.
After advancements in medical treatment reduced the need for TB sanatoriums, Waverly Hills closed its doors in the early 1960s. Over the following decades, the abandoned building gained notoriety for alleged paranormal activity. Reports of ghostly apparitions, strange sounds, and unexplained phenomena attracted the attention of paranormal investigators and enthusiasts from around the world. Today, Waverly Hills Sanatorium offers guided tours for visitors interested in its history and paranormal reputation. You can find more information in the video description.
And I normally like have bad, like my gut feeling. Like I've been in places where like I genuinely was scared. Like something felt like I was being watched, or just something wasn't right or evil. I don't get any vibe whatsoever off that here.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't go to any of the creepy stuff though. We didn't do like the body shoot area. We didn't go into any patient rooms.
Yeah, but just coming up to it, like the imposing presence of that building, right? Like I'm not like, whoa.
Supposedly the scariest place in America, right?
I mean, I'm sure, well, they say in the world because so many people died right there. But what about like concentration camps? Like millions of people died there.
I don't know. When we roll roll this footage back, maybe we'll see a ghost or something in the window.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, going into the building though, I'm sure there's some areas where you'd be like, oh shit.
Today we are back again in downtown Louisville. This time we have the kids, so we're not doing much of the bourbon tasting. We're actually headed to the Fraser History Museum to learn a little bit about Louisville's history and get a glimpse into what the city is all about.
Are you a stinking moonshiner? Yeah. You stinking dirty moonshiner, you're under arrest. Daniel Boone signed this tree trunk. An 18th where? It says, D. Boone killed a bear. D. Boone. God dang, that's long gone. Not wet or washed, not worth property wrong.
So this exhibit is really cool. It kind of goes over all the famous people that, you know, musicians, actors that came out of Kentucky, and there's a lot of them. Jack Harlow is the big one. Cage the Elephant, which is very random, I just found out is from Kentucky. A bunch of other artists, so we're checking out for that exhibit alone, I think. All right, this is the second floor. Ooh, very interesting. So this gallery has every bottle of bourbon currently in production in Kentucky. And it is massive. So just leaving the Fraser, Kentucky History Museum. If you have a chance to come here, please do so, because it was just an incredible museum, and I don't say that often about museums. You know, they could be a little bit boring sometimes, but every exhibit here was worth checking out, and it was a really good time.
And that was the Louisville Slugger Museum. Very boring tour, very boring place. If you've seen a baseball bat, you've seen them all. It's a piece of wood. They just pretty much show you how they're milled and sell shirts. So if that's your thing, check it out. If you're a super huge baseball fan, check it out. Aside from that, I would skip it and do something else, because there's much more to do in Louisville than look at a bunch of wood.
Bourbon bars literally everywhere. Rooftop bourbon bars, basement bourbon bars, just bourbon bars.
As the sun sets in Louisville, we are grateful for the memories we made during our short time here. The city is so vibrant and we can't wait to come back. Until then, next stop, see you in Chicago.